and after pressing over this, alright, we are getting our UID. Now let's see whether we are getting our data onto our authentication tab. Hey everyone, in this video we are going to add authentication service under our The Social. In the previous video we have implemented the following screen. If I show to you by reloading my entire screen, we implemented the following splash screen along with the transition to our landing page. So in this video, let's start off by creating authentication under our The Social for the user with the help of Firebase. So first thing first, if you haven't checked the previous video where we implemented the conjugation, like the friendship between Flutter and Firebase, you should definitely check that out. And if you have done so, we are good to go. So first of all, make sure that the rules of the Firebase storage and Cloud Firestore are cleared off. Now on your screen, you may see two different rule sheets for just Cloud Firestore and Firebase storage. So if I change the rules, we are good to go. So first thing first, we shall be creating a new file under our services folder for the authentication itself. So under the services, let's create a new file for authentication. So under the authentication, let's have a new class for authentication itself. The following class shall be extending with change notifier. So here I can write change notifier. Now as we have done this, we can simply move under main.dart file and add the following provider under our multiple provider. So here instead of landing helpers, I can simply write authentication. And every time you add a new provider, the entire application shall be reloaded one more time. Cool, so it is hot reloaded. So once we have done the following changes, under our authentication, we can now start implementing different methods for the Firebase authentication itself. So before implementing all the methods, we can simply go under pair.yaml file and make sure you have implemented the following dependencies, that is downloaded the following dependencies. So along with the following dependencies, I will be getting one more dependency for Firebase storage. And along with Firebase storage, I will also get one more dependency for image picker for picking up custom images for the user. Alrighty, so first of all, under our authentication, let's have a final instance of Firebase Auth itself. The Firebase Auth for a Firebase Auth. And this shall be equal to Firebase Auth.instance. Once we have done this, let's get a final instance of Google Sign-in itself for Google Sign-in. So once we have gotten both the instances, I will be creating a string for catching up the user UID, which is the most important part under our entire The Social. And for the following user UID, I will be simply creating one more getter for get. Now once we have gotten the getter and similarly both the instances, let's start off creating different methods. So the first method shall be handling the logging of the user under our The Social. For that, I will be simply creating one more future method for log into account or any sort of thing. You can give it any name. So for this, I will be catching up the arguments as string for an email as well as a password. Now let's make it asynchronous first of all. So under the following log into account method, we shall be taking up the user credentials to be user credentials that shall be equal to under await state for Firebase auth.signin with email and password. So under the following email and password, let's get email and password as well under the form of arguments, email and password. Now once we have gotten both the email and password thing, we shall be catching up the user class to be user. Now let me remind you that the following user class was first of all called Firebase user, but now it is only user, not Firebase user. So here for this user class, I can catch up the user credentials, and from this I can catch up the object instance of the user. So once we have done this, I can simply assert the value of my user UID that shall be equal to user.uid, easy as that. And once we have done this, let's also do one thing, that is simply print the user UID whether we are getting the user UID or not. And after this, let's notify all the users, easy as that. Format document first. So once we have implemented the following method, I can simply copy this and paste it one more time. But the only thing will be different for registering, that is register a new email. So I can simply hit register or create new account. We can give it any sort of name. It's handy to us. So under the following method, the only difference shall be create user with email and password, and other things shall be same. So once we have implemented the both of the methods, let's go over our Google Sign-in. So I can simply write here future sign in with Google. Let's make the process to be asynchronous. Now under the following method, I will be simply creating one more final variable for Google Sign-in account to be a Google Sign-in account. So the following Google Sign-in shall be simply awaiting for Google Sign-in dot sign-in. And after this, I shall be creating one more final variable for Google Sign-in authentication to be equal to for Google Sign-in authentication, and under the following, I will be simply awaiting for Google Sign-in account, and from this I shall be simply getting up the authentication itself, easy as that. And after this I shall be creating one more final variable for auth credentials, that shall be equal to for auth credentials, and this shall be simply referring to Google Auth provider. And here we shall be simply getting up all the credentials, and under the following credentials, first of all we shall be requiring an access token. So for the access token I can catch up the value from Google Sign-in authentication. From this I can simply catch up the access token, and after getting access token I will be getting an ID token. So for ID token I will be simply writing here Google Sign-in authentication dot ID token. Now once we have gotten both the tokens, I can simply create a new final variable for the user credential for the Firebase auth, and here I can simply write user credential to be a user credential that shall be simply referring to under await state for Firebase auth dot sign in with credentials, and under credential I can simply refer to auth credentials. So once we have done this, I will be simply catching up a new final variable for user class, that is final Firebase user, and the following Firebase user shall be simply referring to user credential, and from this I shall be catching up the user. So once we have gotten the user from the user credentials, which is simply referring to the auth credentials of our Google sign-in, so for the following user class I shall be simply assert that we should not have the user UID of the following user to be null. Alrighty, so after this I shall be simply doing one thing, that is catching up the following value of our user UID that we have declared up somewhere here, and here for that I shall be simply catching up the value of user for the user class dot UID, and after that I shall be simply printing up, but here I will be simply writing Google user UID or any sort of thing to be equal to user UID. Cool, so once we have done this, let's notify all the users. So in this way we have completed all the methods that are required for the authentication itself. Now also let's do one thing, that is create a logout method for the Google. So for that let's create a new method for sign out with Google. Let's make it asynchronous, and under the following method we shall be simply returning to Google auth, that is Google sign-in dot sign out, easy as that. And same thing shall be referring to for the Firebase authentication with the help of email. So here I shall be simply writing future logout via email, and under the following method I shall be simply returning Firebase auth dot sign out. So once we have implemented all of the following methods, we can move under our landing helpers, that is landing page under my screen. So under my landing helpers, you may remember we have created the following main button widget, which consisted of all the buttons. So for the following buttons we can simply assign the following actions over the particular button. So here if you observe, we have a container here which refers to email outline, which looks like this here. So for the following email outline we shall be applying the value of our authentication of login account or create account equally. But before that let's move under our digital detector under Google sign-in, and let's test it out for on tap. So here I shall be simply writing provider dot off, and for the context I shall be referring to authentication. I shall be listening to false cause we are only reading the values, and from this I shall be simply writing sign in with Google, and under this method I shall be simply attaching a when complete phrase. So here when complete we shall navigate the user from our landing page to our home page. So for that I shall be simply writing here a navigator method. Under this navigator let's have a push replacement. For a new route I shall be taking help from page transition, if you remember from our previous tutorial. So under our page transition we have a type and child. So for type I shall be simply referring to page transition type, let's say from left to right as well, and under a child we need to create a different class. Alrighty, so let's move under our screens and create a new folder for the home page. So under the following home page let's create a new file for the home page .dart, and under the following file let's create a new stateless widget for home page itself. It shall be returning a scaffold, not a container. And here I can instantiate my class of constant color for getting up all the amazing color. So under the following scaffold let's have a background color for testing purpose of constant colors of red color, no matter what, nothing happens. So once we have done this, let's move under our landing helpers and have our home page. Cool, so everything is done from here. Now we can do one thing, that is assign a Firebase core method under our main.dart file, so we won't get any error according to the new update of Firebase. So under my void main I can make it asynchronous. Now under the following method I can simply write widget flutter binding dot ensure initialized, and after that I shall be simply awaiting, alright, await for Firebase dot initialize app. Easy as that. Now sometimes it may happen that your application may crash as we are going to add a main dependency under our main method. So no worries, place Ctrl and S. Let's check it up. So here if I simply reload my entire application once. Alright, so our application is reloaded. So now let's check it up by moving into the following landing helpers. Alright, so let's move under our button. Alright, so here I will be simply printing up a new statement of signing with Google. Let's open a debug console and check it up. So after pressing the following button, alright, so we are now successfully getting the pop-up of select account to continue with the social. Congratulations, we have successfully implemented Google sign-in. So for now I will be simply taking up the following user email and let's check whether we are getting the user ID or not. Alrighty, we are getting our user ID and also we are now navigated to our next screen. Congratulations, we have done one of our 4th objective after today. Alright, let's have a coffee. I am just kidding. So once we have gotten our user UID, now let's check it up for the email as well. So for that, let's load our entire application once. So for signing with Firebase email and password, we shall be creating a new widget so that a small bottom sheet shall be appearing from down and the user shall be able to select between creating a new account or logging a new account. Also, we shall be showing the user his history of all the accounts, that is for passwordless authentication. So for that purpose, you need to subscribe this channel. Alright, I'm just kidding. I know you are already subscribed. So now let's do one thing, that is create a new sign-in sheet for the user. So for that, I shall be creating a new sign-in sheet. Let's say email. It shall be taking build context to be a context. And under the following method, I shall be simply returning to show model bottom sheet. And under the following arguments, let's pass on the context. And for the builder, I shall be taking up the value from my context and referring to a new return statement for a container. So under following container, let's have a height. So for a height of media query dot off, for the context, for the size of height. So for the following height, I shall be multiplying it by 0.5 and let's have a width as well. So once we have provided both the dimensions, let's have somewhat decoration for a box decoration. So under the following box decoration, first of all, let's have a color. Color from constant colors dot blue gray color. And after that, let's have a border radius as well. So for border radius, I can have border radius dot only. And under the form of only, let's have a border radius from top left. It will be taking up a radius one. Alright, a radius. For radius, let's have a circular one for 15. And same thing goes for top right. Alrighty, so once we have done the following changes, let's have a child for our container. So under a child, I will be returning a child as a column. So under my following column, let's have children. So under the children of our column, first of all, let's have a divider. So under the following divider, let's have a thickness. So for thickness, I shall be referring to 0.4, that is 4.0. Also, let's have a color. So for color, I shall be referring to constant colors of white color. So for the following divider, let's have a padding from symmetric one. And from the symmetric, I shall be having a padding of 150 for everywhere. Alright, a 150. So once the following thing is done, we shall be having an empty size box for now. And after having the following size box, we shall be having a row. So for under a following row, we shall be having two different buttons for login and creating a new account. So here let's have a new material button. You can simply press Ctrl, Alt and Shift for formatting document. So under my following material button, I shall be having a child to be a text for login. Let's have somewhat styling. Now let me tell you one thing, that I will be simply skipping up the part of styling the following text because it is very time consuming. So under the onPress method, let's have somewhat onPress thing. But for now, let's have somewhat main axis alignment for our row, a main axis alignment for space evenly. And once we have done this, let's copy the entire material button and paste it one more time. The only difference shall be for sign in. So let's have somewhat different color for the buttons. So here I shall be simply having a color of constant colors of blue color. And for my sign in one, I shall be having a color for constant color of a red color. Alright, so now let's test it up whether we are getting our value or not. So I can simply catch up my email hot sheet, move at the top at the director, and here on tab I shall be providing the sign in sheet. Let's pass on the context. Let's test it up. Alright, so we are getting our sign in sheet here. which looks quite big, but no worries, I will be explaining everything about what's happening here. Now what I will be doing is simply creating one more file under my landing page for landing services. The landing services shall be including the method for a passwordless sign in, and similarly both of the sheets for login and sign in as well. So here let's create a new file for landing services .dart. So under the following landing services, let's create a new class of landing service with chain notifier. So under the following file, alright, let's attach the following file under our main.dart. Cool, so it will be reloaded, usual thing. So under our following landing services, we shall be creating a new widget for passwordless sign in. So here I can simply create a widget for passwordless sign in. It will be taking nothing but a build context to be a context. So under the following method, I will be simply returning a size box. So for the following size box, first of all, I will have a height from media query. Let's have a height of 0.4, also a width. After having both the dimensions, I will be having a child for a stream builder. So for under the following stream builder, it will be under a type of a query snapshot. But for having a query snapshot, we need to add the following dependency of Cloud Firestore. So let's move under our puffpay.yaml file and have a new dependency of Cloud Firestore. Alright, so here under my stream builder, I will be simply having a query snapshot. So our stream builder shall be required the parameter of a stream and also a builder. Now let me tell you the purpose of having a stream builder here. Once the user shall be clicking this button, he shall be either logging in or signing in. So once the user shall be signing up, all the credentials of his, that is his user, email and password under form of decrypted password, all the data shall be saved under our Cloud Firestore, and once the data is stored under our Cloud Firestore, we shall be simply streaming up all the data under the following size box so that the user won't be needing to sign in again and again. So for the following stream, I shall be having Firebase Firestore.instance for a collection. The collection shall be nothing but all users, which is empty for now. Let's have all the snapshots. And for the builder, I shall be taking up a context as well as a snapshot. So under the following snapshot, I will be simply returning a list tile. So under the following list tile, first of all, I will have a leading widget for circle avatar. And for the circle avatar, we shall be having a network image as a background image. So here let's have a network image. The following network image shall be simply referring to the index data of our entire thing. But for that, I shall be simply removing the following list tile from here and also add if condition for a snapshot of waiting state. So here if the connection state shall be under the form of waiting, we shall be returning a center, and under the following center we shall be having a child for circular progress indicator. But if we have all the data, I shall be returning else statement for return a new list view. So under the following list view, let's have all the children. The children shall be nothing but snapshot.data.docs, and from the doc I shall be making up the following query snapshot, because the query snapshot shall be giving us the entire list, but we need to render the following list under a particular document snapshot. Now remember one thing, document snapshot shall be referring to a single document, but the query snapshot shall be referring to the collection of all the documents. So now here, instead of field, let's have a document snapshot to be a document snapshot, and here I shall be simply refactor it under a toList form. So under my children for the list view, I shall be simply returning a list tile, the usual thing. So under the following network image, I shall be writing here document snapshot.data, and from this I shall be referring to user image, which is not available now, but it will be available soon. So after having the leading widget, I shall be having a title, not title color. So for title, I shall be having a text for document snapshot.data for username. Let's have some more styling for a text style. So it will be needing a color, so I shall be taking up a constant colors. For a constant color, that shall be simply equal to constant colors. So here let's have a constant color dot green color. So after having the following title, I shall be having a subtitle as well for the text, but instead of having that, I shall be copying this, paste it here. But here let's have user email. Also let's decrease the font size to be 12. Alright, so everything is done from here. Now we shall be requiring some trailing widgets. Now let's have a trailing widget as well for our list style. So for trailing widget, I shall be having a icon button, and for the icon, I shall be catching up the icon from font awesome icons dot trash, and after that we shall be having an onPress method. We shall be quite null for now. Cool, so everything is done from here. Now I can simply go under my landing helpers under my email or sheet, and here instead of having the following size box, I shall be having the size box from landing services. So here let's have authentic provider sort of, not authentication dude. Let's have landing service, and this shall be simply listening to all the values, and from this let's have passwordless sign in. So now let's test it up. After pressing this, alright, missing plugin exception, no worries, we need to simply close our application and open it again, so let's do that. Alrighty, so our application is loaded one more time, so now let's test it out by opening it. Alright, it's loading, but we won't get any data because there is not any data. So now once we have completed the following sheet, let's create different sheets for login and sign in itself. So for that, under our landing services, let's have a new widget for a sign in sheet. So under the following sheet, let's have a build context to be a context. Also let's return a model bottom sheet, but for that we don't need a widget here. So here I shall be writing show model bottom sheet. It will be taking a context, the same usual things for builder, and under the following sheets, let's return a new container. So for the following container, let's have some dimensions. So under our following container, first of all, let's have a child to be a column. So under the following column, let's have all the children. So the first child under our column is going to be the following divider itself. So for that divider, I can simply copy the following padding and paste it here. So after having the following padding, we shall be having a circle avatar for showing the user image. So here let's have a circle avatar. Under the following circle avatar, let's have a background color for a constant colors, not a constant color because we don't have a transparent color. So here, no, let's do one thing and just simply go under our constant color. Alright, under our constant colors, and here let's create a new final color for transparent. That shall be simply equal to colors dot transparent, easy as that. So here let's have a constant colors dot transparent, easy. So under a background image, we shall be having an image from the device itself. So for now, let's remove the following property and only have a transparent color. Also let's have a radius for 80. But as we don't have any image for now, let's have a red color. So after having the following radius for a circle avatar, let's have a new text field. So under the following text field, first of all, let's have a controller. So for that controller, let's create a new controller for text editing controller, for email controller, and same things for the username and password. So once we have all of our controllers, let's come down here, and here under the following text field, first of all, let's have username controller, and after that let's have somewhat decoration for input decoration. So for under the input decoration, let's have first of all a text size, that is a hint text. So for hint text, I shall be simply at enter name. After that, let's have a hint style for a text style. After having the following hint style, let's have a new style for our entire text field for a text style. Let's copy this and paste it here. Only difference shall be about the font size. So once we are done the following changes, let's have somewhat padding for our container from symmetric, from horizontal for a 10:1. So after having the following text field, I can copy the entire padding and paste it twice. Let's have different controllers for email controller, or at double M, or at we don't need double M but a single M. Cool. So once the following thing is done, we shall be having enter email one, or at not enter but enter email. Let's have enter password, user password controller, usual things. Let's have a floating action button as a form of submit button. So here I will be simply having a floating action button. So for the floating action button, first of all, let's have a child to be an icon from font awesome icons dot check. Let's have somewhat color for constant colors dot white one. Let's have overall color as a background color for constant colors of red color. And here on pressing the following thing, the following button shall be trigger up the authentication value for signing with email, that is create a new account. So for that, I shall be simply writing here provider dot of authentication, and here let's listen to false and create a new account. So it will be taking email and password. So for email, I shall be simply carrying up email controller, that is user email controller dot text, and same thing shall be carrying up for password. So for password, I can write user email password, that is user password controller dot text, easy as that. But I can simply do one thing, remove the following thing from here and add a if condition. If user email controller dot text is not empty, we shall be carrying up the following operation of creating a new account else we shall be simply displaying the user any sort of warning. So for warning, I shall be creating a new widget for warning text. Yes, I need to customize everything because we need to have a cool UI. So here let's return a show model bottom sheet. So for context, let's provide a context, also a builder. So here let's return a new container. Let's have a size. After that, let's have a child to be a center. And under the following center, let's have a child to the warning itself under a form of text. So here I shall be simply writing here a warning. So here let's provide here a string to be a warning. Let's have somewhat styling. Alright, also let's have somewhat decoration for a box decoration. So once everything is done, we can simply copy the following text and paste it under our else block. It will be taking a context as well as a warning. So for warning, I can simply write fill all the data. Cool, so as everything is done, we are good to go. So after having the following sheet for sign in, let's have a login sheet as well. So here let's have a build context to be a context. And let's return a show model bottom sheet. It will be taking a context and also a builder as in a form of context. Let's return a container. I know this is long process, but we need to make it happen because we need to make our The Social very great app. So under the following container, let's have a decoration for a box decoration. So for a box decoration, first of all, let's have a color for constant colors of blue gray color. After that, let's have somewhat border radius for a border radius, not only, and from only I mean top left for a radius of circular for a 12 one, and similarly for top right. So once we have our decoration, first of all let's have a height and width 0.25 and similarly a width. After that, let's have a child for a column. So under a following column, first of all let's have the following divider, which looks quite cool. So after having the following divider, let's have a text field. So for text field, I can simply copy the entire text field from here because the entire thing is same and paste it here. Cool. So after that, let's have a floating action button as well. So let's copy the entire floating action button, move up. After the padding, let's paste it up. But instead of create account, let's have login into account. The credentials shall be same. Let's have a different color for a blue color. Cool. So now let's test them out. So for testing them out, we can simply copy their name and move into landing helpers. So under the landing helpers, we have a login button here. So for login, I can set provider.off for landing services. From here, I shall be listening to false. From this, I shall be taking up login sheet and I can copy the entire thing from here and paste under sign in sheet. But here it will be having sign in sheet. Let's test them out. So after pressing over this and pressing over this, alright, we are getting all of our data here. But now let's make somewhat changes under our sign in sheet, call it a transparent one. So for that, let's come down here and have somewhat decoration for a box decoration. So let's have a color of constant colors of blue gray color. Also let's have a border radius for a border radius dot only from top left for radius of circular of 12 and similarly for top right of radius dot circular of 12, usual things. And also let's do one thing, decrease somewhat circle avatar height. Now let's test them up. So after pressing this and after pressing this, alright, everything is looking quite neat. So now we shall be doing one thing, that is go under floating action button of our sign in sheet, refactor it under a padding from top of 8 shall be enough. Alright, let's test it out. So after having the following changes, let's check the following login sheet as well. So under our login sheet, alright, everything is looking quite neat. But after clicking over this, you may observe that the following keyboard is simply hiding our entire sheet. So let's make it up correct one. So for that, let's move up under our login sheet. So here under our container, let's refactor it under a padding. And for padding, let's remove the constant one. So here we shall be having padding from only from bottom one. Alright. So from under bottom, I can simply write media query dot off for the context. Let's have a view insets from bottom. Alrighty. So now let's test it out. And after pressing over this, alright, we are getting somewhat bottom pixels things, but no worries, we are making a right one. Alright, so now let's make it of 30, and for 30, I shall be simply refactoring the following property, is scroll control to true. Let's try it out. Alright, the warning is gone and we are good to go. So after making the following changes, let's make the following changes under our sign in sheet as well. So if we simply go under our sign in sheet, we are getting the same thing. So no worries. I can move under my sign in sheet, and here for a container, let's refactor it under a padding for only. Alright, we don't need constant. So here let's have padding from bottom for media query dot off for view insets for bottom one, and for that let's have a property of is call control to true. Let's test it up. Alright, let's open it. Alright, we are getting quite a long height. So for that let's have a height property for a media query dot off for a size for height into 0.5, and same goes for our width. Alright, everything is looking quite lit and everything is perfectly managed. So after making the following changes, we have completed almost 70% of our tutorial. I know the tutorial is going quite long, but we need to take over the following small changes to make our application a big one. So now as everything is done, let's try signing it out. So for signing it out, we can simply open the following thing and create a new account. So for now, we shall be okay with email and password. So here for email, I shall be simply writing abhishek@gmail.com. Don't worry, we will be make the following thing to be obscure. So here let's open our debug console, whether we are getting our user key, that is user UID. For that let's move under our create a new accounting. Alright, we are printing up the user UID. So here instead of this, I can write here created account UID equal to user UID. Cool, so let's close this and open it again. Alright, let's open a debug console, and after pressing over this, alright, we are getting our UID. Now let's see whether we are getting our data onto our authentication tab. Alright, the following thing is up and ready. The user UID is also same. So now let's do one thing, that is sign in with the following user UID itself. That is go under our login sheet, and here once the following process shall be completed, we shall navigate the user to our home screen. The usual thing, let's have a navigator dot push replacement, and for context and new root let's have a paste transition. Alright, let's have a type from bottom to up, and similarly a child to be our home page. Cool, so we can simply copy the when complete phrase from here, and let's paste the following when complete phrase under our login account as well. Cool, so now let's try it out. So after opening the following sheet, after logging in, let's log in. Let's check whether we are getting our UID. Alright, we are getting our UID here. That means we are now successfully getting our login sheet, and also we have completed login with email, password, and similarly Google one. Now the following tutorial is going quite long. So in the next tutorial, we are going to carrying up the process of selecting a user avatar, also showing up the following user avatar under a Cloud Firestore, and similarly for passwordless sign in. Now I think we should keep it all for today. So if you have learned anything new on our today's tutorial, please hit that like button. Also if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. This channel shall provide you all the premium content of Flutter. So with that said, I will see you in the next one while implementing the passwordless sign in. Till then, eat good food. Goodbye.